All right, next question from X. We got Craig Mart on X asks, following postings on Z, I'm assuming X, made me, an American, realize that Asians don't seem to like each other. Is that true? And is it a big problem? Yes. Asians don't really like each other. But the thing is, like, there are levels to this. So intersectionality, a lot of people talk about how toxic that is. And I do think it is toxic because you form these broad coalitions for no reason to destroy, like, goodness and order in society. But you see that in America. I think America, because of how diverse and how many immigrants there are in different ethnic groups in America America is a good microcosm of this phenomena of, I don't know what to call it. It's kind of like almost like ordered racial preference. I don't know. It's like very strange where like Asians have, that's why you have the whole AAPI group. It's like, oh, Asians, we stick together. So the Chinese, Japanese, Koreans, Vietnamese, Filipinos, we stick together. We're AAPI, we're Asian Americans. But then it's like, okay, but then the Chinese don't really like the Koreans. Koreans don't really like the Chinese, and Japanese and Koreans kind of have beef there too because of our past. And then some of the East Asians don't like the Southeast Asians. Southeast Asians don't really like the Northeast Asians. So it's interesting where, and I think when you're in a diaspora situation, Asians are a lot more willing to get along because they've realized that they have similar backgrounds, and so they kind of stick together in order to get what they want in politics and in the economy and in society. So they kind of just stick together. But then when it comes to like Asia, they don't really like each other. They're very tribal. So you're going to see that like Koreans. That being said, things have changed a lot in Korea. Korea used to be rabidly anti-Japanese. My grandparents' generation, even my mom's generation. But now with millennials and Gen Z, they're all broadly just, yeah, we like the Japanese. Now, the hard leftists hate Japan because much like the West, they hold on to past oppression and they can't let go of and they can't move forward. And they can't understand that the current people alive today are not responsible for what their ancestors did a century ago. But in the same way leftists today hold all white people responsible for this crime of slavery, a lot of Korean leftists do the same thing with Japan. They're like, oh, yeah, Japan, they're irredeemable and we hate them because of what they did to Korea. And yeah, I don't like that either. But the thing is, you have to move forward. And the Japan of today is not the imperialist Japan of the early 1900s. And they're not trying to rape Koreans and steal Korea and erase Korean heritage and culture like the imperialist Japanese were. So, yeah, I think, yeah. So when it comes to diaspora context, Asians actually broadly like each other more because they're in a foreign land, in a different country, and they have to learn to survive in that different country. But when it comes to in Asia, in their homelands, yeah, they beef quite often. I get so many people beefing with me from Japan and from China and from especially Southeast Asia. They hate me. But then at the same time, I have people who are like, yeah, like we like you. And they're like Chinese or they're Taiwanese. And there's like Japanese, like the Japanese anti-feminists and conservatives like me. And yeah, but I think there's also like Christians in South Asia, like India and in Indonesia and Vietnam who really like me. But then there's obviously the third worldist keyboard warriors online who despise me because I just say the truth. I say the truth, and I just will never understand how me saying that you shouldn't eat rice with your hands, you should use chopsticks or spoons, got made like millions, tens of millions Southeast Asians like pissed at me. I will never understand, man. Like that was so mild. Out of all the things I could have said, that's what got them angry at me. And got whole swaths of Southeast Asians coming after me and wishing me death because I said don't use your hands to eat your rice. But I don't know. Who knows? I am just a filthy, civilized person. So that's what I think in terms of Asia. Asians like each other in diaspora context more. And then in their homelands, they are very tribal and nationalistic in that way. So I think there's something to be learned there, too. I think Korea is becoming much more like America in terms of open-minded and like, oh, yeah, we should let everyone in because we are a propositional nation. But I think there is a pulse of national identity and nationalism that can be tapped into in Korea, which someone has to do before Korea gets overrun by third worlders and foreigners. Concerning there, concerning.